Football has been played for over 150 years, and in that time, some truly bizarre rules existed. Rules that were actually used in real matches. Rules that nearly changed the sport forever. And rules that most people have completely forgotten about. 5 of them, right now. Here's the first one. And it is going to make you question everything you thought you knew about goalkeepers. For most of football history, the goalkeeper was not just allowed to catch the ball inside their own penalty area. A penalty area is the large rectangle in front of the goal. The goalkeeper was allowed to pick up the ball with their hands anywhere in their own half of the pitch. Their entire half. That is roughly the size of 2 basketball courts. One player who could just grab the ball with their hands whenever they wanted. The opposition could not do anything about it. Imagine a basketball game where one team's center could just hold the ball indefinitely on their side of the court. That is what early football looked like. FIFA eventually restricted it to just the penalty area, and that single rule change made the sport dramatically more exciting. But here's where it gets stranger. Even after that restriction, teams found a loophole. If a teammate kicked the ball back to their own goalkeeper, the goalkeeper could still pick it up with their hands. So teams would just keep passing it back, and back, and back, waiting for the other team to get frustrated. The 1990 World Cup had matches so boring that crowds were falling asleep. One game between Ireland and Egypt ended 0-0 with the ball going back to the goalkeeper, so often it barely left their own half. FIFA had seen enough. In 1992, they banned goalkeepers from picking up deliberate back passes from teammates. Overnight football became a completely different sport. One rule change. That is all it took. Now the second rule. This one actually worked perfectly and then got abolished anyway. Between 1993 and 2004, football used something called the golden goal. In normal football, if the score is level after 90 minutes, teams play extra time, 30 additional minutes. But under the golden goal rule, the moment any team scored during extra time, the match ended instantly. No waiting. No more football. Game over. Win secured. It was basically sudden death. The same concept used in American sports over time. It sounds brilliant, and it was exciting. France won Euro 2000 with a golden goal in extra time. Germany won Euro 1996 the same way. But here is what actually happened. Teams were so terrified of conceding the golden goal that neither side would attack. Extra time became the most defensive, cautious, passive football imaginable. Both teams just tried not to lose rather than trying to win. Fans hated it. In 2004, FIFA abolished it completely. A rule designed to create drama had accidentally destroyed it. Third rule. And this one is genuinely surprising. Before 1990, if a defender deliberately tripped a player who was about to score, the punishment was a yellow card. A yellow card is a warning. You stay on the pitch. You keep playing. Which meant that for decades, the smart tactical move when someone was about to score a goal was to simply foul them on purpose. Stop the goal. Accept the warning. Carry on. Professional players were literally trained to do this deliberately. It had a name. It was called the professional foul. And it was considered clever football. After the 1990 World Cup, FIFA introduced the red card for deliberately stopping a goal-scoring opportunity. A red card means you are sent off immediately. Your team plays the rest of the match with one fewer player. Suddenly, the professional foul became the worst mistake a defender could make. One rule. Completely changed how defenders think. Fourth rule. This one was tested and abandoned within a few years. In the late 1990s, FIFA ran official trials replacing throw-ins with kick-ins. A throw-in happens when the ball goes out of the side of the pitch. Normally, a player picks it up and throws it back in with both hands over their head. FIFA wondered what would happen if instead, players just kicked it back in from the sideline. They tested it in lower-level competitions, and what happened was not what anyone expected. Games became faster. Play restarted quicker, but players suddenly started scoring directly from restarts near the goal, something that almost never happens with a throw-in. The experiments were quietly ended, but the idea has never fully disappeared. Coaches still debate it today. The fifth rule is the most recent, and it was actually used in official competitions as recently as 2017. Penalty shootouts decide matches when scores are level after extra time. Normally, teams alternate one kick each. Team A shoots, then Team B shoots, and so on. Research showed that the team who shoots first wins around 60% of shootouts. A massive psychological advantage just from going first. So the Football Association in England trialed a completely different system. Instead of ABAB, they used ABBA. Team A goes first. Then Team B takes 2 consecutive kicks. Then Team A takes 2, like a tennis tiebreak. Early results showed it reduced the first mover advantage significantly, but it confused fans so much that wider adoption never happened. 5 rules. Some succeeded, some failed. Some changed football forever without most fans ever knowing they existed. The sport you are watching today is not the sport that was designed in 1863. It has been adjusted, corrected, and completely overhauled dozens of times. And it is still changing. Subscribe if you want to understand more about how football actually works. There is a lot more history where this came from.